What's going on, people? It's your boy Charm City Games. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and also follow my Facebook group No Sleep Gaming on Facebook. Yes, I just started a Facebook group recently, so if you're in the gaming heavy and you on Facebook and you want to follow my group, go ahead and hit that like button. You know, all gamers are welcome. Only thing that I ask is that you keep it gaming, alright? So I came to realize the other day that me and a couple of my homeboys are talking about it, and the Xbox 360 officially turned 10 years old on November 22nd, 2015. Now, I remember when the Xbox 360 came out. I was a fan of the Xbox brand. I had the original Xbox. I actually had the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2. And of course I had way more games on the PlayStation 2. But I felt like the original Xbox was just a better console because of what it could do with the hard drive. With the PlayStation 2, I had to keep asking my parents to keep buying me memory cards and stuff like that for the PlayStation 2. Mind you, I got the PlayStation 2 when I graduated elementary school. So I graduated in 2001, 2002, I'm not sure, I think it was 2002. And the original Xbox came out in 2001. And so I was a fan of the PlayStation brand. Didn't really care too much about the original Xbox. And my friend, well, not my friend, my father, he had a friend that had the original Xbox. And so one day, it was a Sunday night game. No, was it Sunday night? Well, it might have been Sunday during the day. I can't really remember what time of day it was. But anyway, we went over his house. And he had the original Xbox. His friend was like, "Hey, Denzel, you like playing video games?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." And so he showed me the Xbox. I was like, "What's this?" He said, "This is the new console that just came out about a year ago called the Xbox." I'm like, "Yeah, I heard about it, but I'd never seen it before." And I tell you, for a 12-year-old kid,
just a second.
That big ass controller, the Duke controller, that thing was huge. I mean, it reminded me a lot of the Sega Dreamcast controller, except it had dual thumbsticks. But other than that, to me, it seemed like the exact same controller. And it was like so big and bulky, and it had a black and white button. I'm like, man, like I don't like this controller. This thing is ugly. So I was playing it, whatever. I liked the games that was on there. I really did. But I didn't like Halo though, because when I was younger, I hated first-person shooters. I always liked to see my person in third-person view. So as I got older, I got out of that. But anyway, I was playing the original Xbox. I'm like, yo, NFL Fever. I thought that was pretty cool. It was a couple. Oh, Ninja Gaiden. That was my favorite original Xbox game. Ninja Gaiden was my favorite game on the original Xbox. That and NFL 2K5. But as time went by, my mom, she asked me, did I want anything for my birthday? I think it wasn't my birthday. It might have been for my birthday or Christmas. I said, yeah, I want an Xbox. And this is around the time they came out with the small Xbox S controller. So I got it. And I realized I had a whole bunch of music CDs. I used to listen to, I think this around the time 8 Mile was hot when it just came out. The soundtrack was bumping. 50 Cent was just coming out. And I'm like, alright, yeah, give me that. So, opened up the Xbox, hooked it up, looked through all the user interface and all of that, and I realized, like, hey, this thing has a hard drive in it. What is that? Looked it up, realized it's a built-in memory card, basically. And it had all these blocks on it. Like, that's another thing, it said blocks. It didn't say exactly how many megabytes or anything it had. It had its own little unique setup called blocks. So I realized I could put all my music on there. I'm like, yo, you can't do this for PlayStation. That is what really sold me, because I've always been a big music fan. So the original Xbox actually sold me. So I'm like, man, like, I love this. So after that, every new game I got that was multi-plat, I got on the original Xbox, because the Xbox to me was just that much of a better console. But I didn't know anything about Xbox Live. My father's friend told me he played online, but he didn't exactly tell me about Xbox Live and stuff like that. He just said you can play against people online. Then when the 360 came out, I'm like, yo, Dad, you gotta get me this Xbox 360. So he got it for me on my birthday, and I thought I was in heaven, man. I mean, the memories, the games that I played, the amount of time I put in. I mean, this was back on the Xbox 360. The user interface was file tabs. Like, it's nothing like how it is now. Like, the Xbox 360 dashboard used to be file tabs. There was nothing else to it. It didn't have ads or nothing. And that's when they came up with the gamer score stuff for whenever you get an achievement in the game. You get a couple points for whatever you do, basically rewarding you for what you do within the game. That's how achievements and all of that really started. And the Xbox 360 was only $400 for a whopping 20 gigs at the time. Yes, 20 gigs at that time was a lot of memory. And this is before you had to install games too, so during this time, man, gaming was pure, man. And Xbox Live was working, but I didn't care about Xbox Live. I just wanted to play my games. And the first game I got on Xbox 360 was Madden 06, I believe. It was the one with Donovan McNabb on the cover. And I felt like that was spectacular, man. And then Madden 07 came out, Madden 08 came out, especially Madden 08. When I was in high school, man, I beat everybody in my school. Only one person could beat me. But I beat him more times than he beat me. And his name was Damon Marshall. You know, like, we used to get it in back and forth. I beat teachers, everything in Madden, man. And then all the 2K memories. I wasn't really too big on a lot of RPGs and action adventure games and stuff like that. But then I caught the Red Rings of Death.
Don't even think about it.
I'm like, oh my god, like, my Xbox not working. Called up Microsoft, let them know what the situation was, mailed it out to them. That's another thing. When you were a kid at that time, you gotta send your console away. That's a long ass time. So when it finally got back, I'm like, yes, it's working again. Then it caught the Red Rings of Death again. I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I just told my mother, she said, I'll get you a new one day. Got me a new one for Black Friday, actually. And that one worked fine, but then I eventually traded that one in for Xbox 360S. And the Xbox 360, man, like, it really set the staple for gaming. Like, Xbox Live was far better than PSN. It wasn't even close. And the games that I had on there was unreal, man. So many memories. Like the camaraderie that I had with my friends playing the Superman game and a whole bunch of other games like that. But yeah, the Xbox 360, that's really the reason why I fell in love with the Xbox, because of the 360. Like, the original Xbox brought me in. 360 I fell in love with, and now I really love my Xbox One. And yeah, Xbox 360, 10 years. Thank you, Microsoft, for making the console with so many memories. And this was the longest gaming generation ever. So yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all on that, yo. Xbox 360, 10 years later. By the way, this game that I'm playing right now is called Blues and Bullets. It's an interactive game. It's really fun. The story is actually pretty decent. I like it. Like, this is the first interactive game I've had any interest in. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you're interested in this game, I believe you should. I think you should check it out. All right, this Charm City Games. I'm out.